All right, time's now 5:14. Checking in with Miss Alexa Trish. So what's going on outside, girl?
It's a sticky start to our day. No surprise there. Temperatures this morning are warm in the 70s and 80s. We'll heat up to the 90s this afternoon. Plan for some more showers and storms in your forecast later today. But this weekend, we should be drying up, but it comes with a big warm up. Here's a look at those temperatures. Both sides of the lake in the 70s, but in the metro area in the 80s, even the 80s along the coast as well. So it is a muggy morning, but it's a quiet start to our morning. We've had some small little showers pop in along the coast and on the North Shore in St. Tammany Parish. We have a little bit of rain, but most of us are dry this morning. Could see a couple sprinkles early today for our coastal spots and this one little sprinkle for St. Tammany, but we should be mainly dry for the morning hours. Later today, still planning for some scattered storms in the mix, couple heavier showers possible later on. But today is like our transition day. We'll start to dry up as our pattern changes going into tomorrow and especially this weekend. It'll be hot and muggy. Temperatures in the low 90s this afternoon. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds. Plan for the rain to get fired up throughout the late morning and continue off and on throughout the afternoon and evening, much like we've seen the last week. Our feels like temperatures today get into the triple digits easily, especially if you don't get a cooling shower. So it is going to be very hot and sticky, and the heat will continue to be on the rise going into the weekend as our upper pattern does change. It dries us up, but it heats us up too. So tomorrow is the first day of summer and the temperatures respond going into this weekend. Here we go with today. We go for the afternoon time frame for those storms to set up. A couple heavier downpours certainly possible this afternoon and maybe an isolated stronger storm with quite a bit of lightning and gusty winds. That'll continue until about dinner time tonight into the early part of the evening. Tomorrow is not going to be as wet. We'll see a few storms popping in tomorrow in the afternoon and early evening, but our coverage will be less. We could see maybe a quick heavier shower tomorrow, but then we get into Saturday and Sunday and our rain chances will be pretty limited. And it's not going to be zero, but maybe we get an isolated shower this weekend, and that's about it. So finally we dry up because our upper pattern sits under this ridge of high pressure. So this ridge will build in across most of the country, this heat dome, and it's really going to heat things up across the Midwest, the Northeast into New England, the Southeast as well. They're going to see possibly record-breaking temperatures, so a scorcher of a weekend settling in across most of the nation, and we'll be under the influence of that ridge of high pressure. Not directly, but more to the south of it, so temperatures will heat up, but it's not going to be crazy this weekend. I have 94 for our afternoon highs Saturday and Sunday, so mid-90s, very hot and humid. Heat index maybe 105 to 110 for our afternoon feels like temperatures this weekend. So it is going to be a sizzling hot weekend, but it will be mostly dry. A good weekend to maybe hit the pool and cool off. Now checking in on the tropics like we were just talking about, this is the Eastern Pacific. This is Hurricane Erica, a powerful Category 4 storm, and it's going to make landfall in southern Mexico today with big, strong winds that are going to bring some serious impacts to them in southern Mexico. Very heavy rain, very bad storm surge, and destructive winds. It really is a monster of a hurricane for them, unfortunately, and that's in the Eastern Pacific. Now in the Atlantic Basin, nothing happening, no tropical developments expected in the Atlantic over the next 10 days. So we do stay quiet as the Pacific does remain busy, which we don't have to worry about that. And also we don't have to worry about the Atlantic Basin either because it is going to remain quiet likely for the rest of the month of June. So here's your 7-day forecast. Like I mentioned, you'll still want to bring that rain gear for today. Tomorrow for the first day of summer, couple storms in the mix, just not as many. This weekend, drying up and heating up, temperatures in the mid-90s, and it's going to stay hot through early next week with limited rain chances next week as well.